So the next problem which we are going to discuss is simply supported beam uh, of length 5 meters carries uniformly varying load of 800 newton per meter, run at one end and 1600 meter on other end. So first let us try to draw the diagram. So as per the given question, first of all it is a simply supported beam. So the beam will be supported by two reactions which are in upward direction. At one point it is RA, other point it is RB. Along with that, at one point you will be having a horizontal reaction. So I have drawn the case. So I have drawn the beam. Now let us apply the load. So here it is saying that uniformly increasing load of 800 newton meter run at one end and 1600. So one end, so it is 800. Okay, actually it is given 800 run at left end. Okay, at left end. So when I say left end, so this is our left end. At this point we have to have a load of 800. Similarly from here on other end it is 1600 meters, on other end it is 16. So we will join these two by using a inclined line. Okay, so this is now your it is like a uniformly increasing load. So what we have to do in this kind of problems? So here we can see that this here triangle is being formed. So how to solve this type of problem is nothing but where the point intersection of the triangle is there we will cut into two halves. So the first half will behave as UDL, the second half behaves as UVL. So if it is like equal, then you can cut it into half. So this is 800 means obviously here it is 800. So what is the left out value is nothing but your 800. So the total is nothing but 1600. So everything is okay. Now as per the given question we have completed the diagram. Now let us go for the calculation part. So what is the calculation part we are having is nothing but, so first part what we have to do, beam is under equilibrium. Okay, beam is under equilibrium. Okay, so first when you write beam is under equilibrium, the second thing you have to do is summation of horizontal force 0, summation of vertical force 0, summation of moment is equal to 0. Summation of horizontal force 0, summation of vertical force 0, summation of moment is equal to 0. Horizontal forces, if as per the diagram if you take, we have only taken reaction at point A which tries to act in towards the beam. So that is HA will become equal to 0. Okay, now as per the FV is equal to 0, we have upward forces is equal to downward forces. So what are the upward forces acting here? So here we are having two upward forces which are because of the reactions RA and RB. Okay, so RA and RB. So RA plus RB is equal to, so what are the downward forces here having? UDL and UVL. So how to take the length of this? So how to take the load because of the UDL is nothing but you have to multiply with the length of this. So the length of this is given as 5 meters. So the UDL for this is nothing but 800 into 5. 800 into, because of this is because of UDL, plus because of UVL. So because of UVL, what is the load? Half into base into height. Half base is 805, height is 800, half base into height. So this is because of UVL. Okay, this is because of UVL. Now if you solve these two values, you will get the answer as 6000 newtons. You will get the answer as 6000 newtons. So once you get the value of Ra plus Rb, so we have taken two equations, the third equation is still left out. So I will take summation of moment about point A is equal to 0. Let us go to the diagram. So I have to take the moment about this point. What are the forces right to it is because of reaction B and as well as because of these values. So generally we write moment about point A is equal to, clockwise movement is equal to counterclockwise movement. So what is the movement which is in clockwise direction? Let us see. So these two are acting downward, so they will try to rotate the point A in clockwise direction. So first because of UDL I will write, that is 800 into 5 is the load. So moment we are calculating, so I have to measure the distance where it will be concentrated, where this UDL will be concentrated. If I remove this whole UDL with the point load, so it will be concentrated at a point that is nothing but CG, which will be kept at a position of half of its length, So if it is 5 meters, so the length of where it will be half is nothing but 5 by 2. It will be half is 5 by 2. So into 5 by 2 is equal to plus because of UVL also I have to take. So because of UVL I am taking half into base into height. So first I will calculate the load, half into base into height. So this is the load. Now I have to take the distance. So what is the distance? Half into base into height. So what is the distance? So for a UVL, the CG will be present from the apex at a distance of 2 by 3 from the apex. So what is apex is nothing but this sharp peak of a triangle. From here the distance of the CG will be 2 by 3 of h. So here into 2 by 3 into 5, this is the CG, CG from A, actually CG distance from point A. So what will be the value? So these two are on one side, another side we are having because of counterclockwise direction. I will write counterclockwise direction here. So that is RB into the distance of RB from point A is 5. So RB into 5. Clear? So RB into 5. So with this we will get the value of RB as 3333.3 kilonewton. Similarly, RA value will get it as 2666.7 kilonewton. You can check in your calculator, you will get the same answer. So 2.667 Newton per kilometer. Okay. Now we will draw the shear force calculation for this. So what is shear force calculation? The calculation where we will consider only shear forces. So shear force calculation. So first of all we have to take shear force before the right extreme point. So what is the right extreme point? Here we are having is B point. So I will take the shear force. I will keep the diagram like this. Shear force before B is equal to 0. Why before B is 0? No load present before B point. There is no load before B point. Okay. Next is shear force at B. Shear force at B is equal to, shear force at B is nothing but the reaction load which is acting at point A, but it is in opposite direction, so we will write minus. So that is nothing but, according to our sign convention, that is when we solve from right to left, downward force is equal to positive. Next is CCW moment is positive, but here what is the load we are going to get is upward direction, so minus 333.3 kilonewton. Next is shear force before A. When I say before A, we have before A means this also there, so that is minus 333.3 plus, because of UDL 800 into 5, because of UVL 800 into 5. So you will get this answer as 266.7 kilonewton. So shear force at before point A is 2667. Now shear force at point A is already whichever value is present, that will continue, because whatever load is present before A will have its effect at point A. Along with that, there is a point load whose value is also 266.7. so the total the net value at point A will be equal to 0. The net value at point A is equal to 0. So once you get this values, you have to draw the shear force diagram. Once you get the values of this, you have to draw the shear force diagram. Now let us consider the values 0, minus 3.33, 2.667 and 0. I have highlighted the values. Let us go to the first page where we have drawn the figure. So always you have to extend on the same page. So I have extended. Okay, I will take the baseline. So this baseline is nothing but called as 0 line. From here I will keep the load before point B is 0. Now from 0 to where we have to go, minus 3333. So minus 3333, let it be this distance. Okay, so from here there is no other load acting in, means there is no other point. We are having only A point and B point. We have not taken any other point. So from B point to A point, again we will get the value of C. You are having another value 2667, which is in positive. So I will take 2666.7. So here we are having 3333.3. So you have to join these two values. Already we have discussed in previous lectures that if it is a UVL, here no UDL is there. For our simplicity we have considered the UDL. Or the other way you can take is, if UVL is present, UVL will obviously dominate the UDL. So the curve here will become parabolic. So initially this is a straight line. From here to here it will be a parabolic. Okay, from here to here it is a parabolic value. Okay, so I will try to draw it. So this is a parabolic curve. You can draw a continuous curve. So we have seen that here at this point, this is crossing a baseline. We have last problem itself we have discussed the point where the shear force crosses from negative to positive, changes its sign from negative to positive or positive to negative. That value will be, at that point the bending moment will be maximum. Let us take this point as C point. The very first thing you have to do is you have to measure the distance x. So this can be done by two methods. First logic is, you can try to solve the problem from right hand direction. Or let us take in other way. You can solve it from left hand direction. You can solve it in a normal way itself. Before doing that, you have to do some simple mathematics. So let us do that mathematics here. Okay, so what is the thing we are having here is nothing but, so this is, if you see the diagram, if you could see the diagram clearly. So here this height of this triangle we don't know, so we have to measure that height of the triangle. How will you measure is nothing but, let us take this as x. We have taken this distance as x. Okay, so for this 5 meter length, what is the height of the triangle? For 5 meter length, the load is for 800 kilonewton per meter. So per meter, what will be the value? 800 divided by 5, that is nothing but 160 kilonewton per meter. 160. So for 5 meters it is 800, means for 1 meter it is 160. Okay, now for x meters, what will be the value? 160 into x. So the height of this is 160x, correct? So if this is 160x, again from this point, if I solve towards right, I have to split this into again another half. So this height will also be your 160x. So what will be this height? So this height is nothing but 800 minus of 160x. 800 minus of 160x. I think you can able to see this. If you couldn't able to see this, let us zoom it and you can see 800 minus 160x. This height is same as this. So this is 160, this is 800 minus 160. Okay, done. So next, how to find this shear force at this point? So let us go for the calculation. So shear force at point C, shear force at point C is equal to, at point C means we have to consider the loads which are right side to it, let us keep the diagram on the right side. So which are right side to it. So what are the right side forces? We are having this UDL. Now when I split this triangle into two parts, again this will behave as the UDL, this half. So 160 meter, this is I am considered writing with the pen is second, third, first. So here also we are splitting into three parts now. So let us take the first reaction which is in the direction above, So that is RB value. RB value we have taken it as minus 3333.3 plus, now we are having this UDL plus this UDL, both are present for a length. So what is this length now? If this is from here to here, if it is x, from here to here it is x, means that this remaining distance will be obviously total distance minus x. What is total distance here? 5. So we have to take it as 5 minus x. So this distance is nothing but 5 minus x. Okay, clear? So the UDL is present for a distance of 500 minus x. First I will write, because of 800 into 5 minus x, correct? Next is plus, this is UDL1, next is UDL2. So what is this UDL2? This is 160 meter height. So 160 into what is the length? So 160x into 5 minus x, 160x into 5 minus x. Next is because of UVL. So what is the UVL here? This is the UVL, third part. So what is the UVL length? Length is 5 minus x, base is 5 minus x, height is 800 minus, so let us write half into base is 5 minus x, height is 800 minus 160x. So if you multiply this, you will get it as minus 333.3 plus, okay, 8 5s are, so I will write this bracket. So 8 5s are 4000 minus 800x plus 800x minus 160x square. See, why this 800? 16 into 5, 800, 800x, 160 into x minus 160x square, okay, plus, now this I will keep this as it is, 1 by 2, I will write 1 by 2 outside. So 5 into 800, that is 4000 minus 5 into 60, so that is minus 800x. Why? Plus into minus minus. Now let us take for minus 800x plus 160x square plus 160x square, okay, clear? This is whole divided by 2. Now I will cancel with 2. 2 ones are 2, 2 2000s are, okay, this is 2 400s are, next this is 2 400s are, this is 2 80s are, okay. So now let us rewrite the answer. So 4000 plus minus 3333 is nothing but 666.7, okay. Next is, this is minus 800, this is plus 800, so I will cancel minus 160x square plus, I have already cancelled this, this is 2000, I will write as it is, minus 400x here, again 400x here. You can see here x is there. So x 400x minus 800x plus 80x square. Okay, so here it is minus 160, this is plus 180. So this is minus 80x square plus 266.7, because this is 2000, this is 666.7 minus 800x. Now using the quadratic equation, now tell me what is the value for shear force at point C is 0, since it is touching baseline, so we will write it as 0. This is a quadratic equation which is present in terms of x. To get the value of this x square, go to shift so this is your equation, mode. So this is the old calculator, so in latest calculator you can directly get. So this is 2 unknown or 3 unknown, so you can, so degree, so I am writing this is a 2 degree form, so minus 80, next is b value is minus 800 plus 266.7. So what is the value you are getting? One value you are getting as minus 12.6. We will not consider minus value since x is a distance, so other distance you have to take. So this is your a, this is your b. Y means the quadratic equation should be minus ax square plus bx plus c. So the x coordinate should be written in the form of degrees first, in proper degrees. Next you have to write. So x value you are getting it as, one is minus 12.63, another is x is equal to 2.64. So this is not eligible because this is a negative value. We have to consider this value is the correct value, x is equal to 2.64. As soon as you get the value, go and write here x is equal to 2.64. either you can use other pen also, 2.64. once you get this value, here what is 5 minus 2.64? 5 minus 2.64, you will get it as 2.36. so the value for this is 2.36. okay, clear? Now so we have got the distance of x value, we have got the value of x also. So let us try to draw the bending moment diagram. Before drawing bending moment diagram, let us take the calculation part. So bending moment calculation. So what is bending moment calculation? So first thing is we have to calculate the bending moment at point. So this is your point B, this is your point B, this is your point C. So first thing is bending moment at point B is equal to 0. Why 0? No force right to it, no force present right side to it. Even if it is present a load at point B, there is no distance because of RB at B, because it is acting exactly at that point. The distance will be between RB and B point will become 0. Next is bending moment at point C. So B we have solved, C we are coming. So when I come to C, let us take the calculation part. So from the diagram, so first part is the RB. RB tries to rotate in anti-clockwise, that is 3333.3 into distance from RB to point C is, we have written it already, 2.36. Next is minus, why? This is rotating in anti-clockwise, they are rotating in clockwise. So here we are having again UDL 1, 2, 3. So UDL 1 first, 800 into what is the distance? 2.36 into, why this 2.36? because this will give you the load, into what is the CG for 2.36 is nothing but 2.36 divided by 2. Next is because of the UDL 160x, 160 first, x value is 2.36. okay, this is your height. okay, into what is the distance of this 160x minus 2.36. I will write here, this is 160, similar to 160x, this is your distance. This is because of UDL1. So this is UDL1, this is because of UDL2. Now I have to take for UVL. So how to take for UVL? So UVL, if you see, half into base into height, half into base is 2.36 into height is 800 minus 160 into 2.636, because we are having a value here, 800 minus 160x, 800 minus 160x. So I am writing 800 minus, so I am writing 800 minus 160 into x value is 2. Sorry, x value is 2.64. I have to write it 2.64. Sorry, so 2.64. This is 2.36, correct? Okay. Here again I have to multiply 2.36 by 2. We'll rewrite the bending moment calculation. I think there is a small confusion here. So bending moment calculation. Bending moment at point B is equal to 0 because there is no load right side to it. Next is bending moment at point C is equal to, at point C is, first of all there is a reaction force which is acting in upward direction, that is 333.3 into what is the distance from RB to this point C. This is your point C. So RB to point C is 2.36. So that is 2.36 minus, because of this UDL. So UDL length is 800 we are having. So 800 into 2.36, 800 into 2.36, 800 into 2.36 into 2.36 divided by 2, 2.36 into 2.36 divided by 2. Okay. So next is because of your UDL, which is of height 160 into x value is 2.64. This is because of height, into 2.36 is the distance. These two together will give you the load, into CG of that is 2.36 by 2. So this is because of height of the UDL. You can see here, height of the UDL at this point, height of the UDL at this point is 160x. X value we have taken it as 2.64. So we have to multiply for this height as 160 into 2.64. Then we have to multiply the distance of B point to C point, or the for which length the UDL is present. For which length the UDL is present? UDL is present for a length of 2.36. Then what is the CG is half of 2.36 minus, next is area of triangle, half into base 2.36 into height is 800 minus 160 into 2.64. Why? This is, we have written it as, you can see 800 minus 160 into x. So I have got that. Okay, into CG. So the CG of this triangle, this small triangle from point C, this C point is here, C point is here. So this is your apex. From apex the CG will be present 2/3 of the length. So 2/3 into 2.36, 2/3 into 2.36. So whose value we are going to get it as? Let us try to do it in a calculator. So 3333.3 into 2.36 minus 800 into 2.36 into 1.68 minus, answer minus 1. I will use this one brackets, 2.64 into 2.36 square divided by 2. Why square means here 2 times 2.36, 2.36, 2 times is the square I am trying to do. So we will get this value. Next, minus 1 divided by 2, so that I will try directly 0.5 into 2.36 into, first I will write this bracket value, that is 800 minus 160 into 2.64 into 2/3 of 2.36. so here you are getting 2750. Here you are getting 2750 is the value for that. 2750 you are going to get the value. I think it is. So the calculation, we are going to get the value of bending moment at point C as 3779.2 kilonewton meter, whereas bending moment at point A we are getting it as 0. So using these values we will try to plot the diagram. We will try to plot the bending moment diagram. Let us plot the diagram. Okay. So this is the baseline which I have plotted. So this at B point it is 0, at C point it is going to a maximum value of 3.79. so I will mark the 3700 point. Okay, and just will join these lines by using a cubic curves. Okay, I will join them using a cubic curves. This is a smooth curve, so the value of the curve is cubic type of curve. So this is positive sign. The value here you can write 377.92 Newton meter. If you have any changes in the value, please let me know. As per my calculation, I am getting this value as 3779, and this value is obviously 0. This is your A point, this is your B point. Okay, if you have any queries regarding these values, you just let me know. I will try to rectify that. So this is your ultimate diagram for shear force and bending moment diagram. Here you can write SFD, here you can write BMD. So this is for bending moment, this is for shear force. So in this way we can able to solve. So we will try to solve one more problem on shear force and bending moment diagram, because maximum concepts we have covered. Only concept left, similarly we have even covered the maximum bending moment concept also. Point where shear force becoming 0, that point is nothing but maximum bending moment point. That value you have to measure, how to do that calculation. I have covered all those parts. Only left out topic in this is nothing but your point of contraflexure. Your point of contraflexure. So that one problem we will try to solve, and this whole shear force and bending moment topic will be closed, and we will go for thin cylinders, as well as next we will start with torsions. Okay. So with this we will end this lecture.